na fa he ne kosi he na anye se na deke so mo ye no nam se o meba adwuma nye we nko a me nhya me yere kitchen ana nya se me ni dwuma bi ani me tuo me ko school kakra me wo nyuma kete bi nsu kakra ana me se adi hene ahiri ya manfo empe so mbati se midie na so media na midie ko fi hiri mia na midie o no mo ye no mo se na no menua ba ko bi abeku Adams no obisa na ahinie no kurade ahinie no de menchire mu biu if se mo adwene ne ntimi comprehend mo adwene no ntimi comprehend ma chire mu enso mu ntimi ntiase
omo anye
ye urade Yesu manfo ya adwene wo ma anye comprehension adwene no wo fom etimi chire mu o mu ntiase tinese mi ja wo mo Hey, do ma hene predua na hene. Na no mi kopie mu aye achim dawu. Aye atwere so. Achim twere so. Na mi ko ye awurade da se bre. Wo ji ma baba ye kofi. E wona mem hunu se akamfo ne twe nkomo na meka na se. Safing akamfo ne nkamom. Ye ade ba ko. Wo mu ye achimfo no. Se me ko ye na ayi chiame so achim dedua. Me di atade aba ye da se bre ni. Wo ye na se akwa ka ni wura ni tua edise bobbo me ka o da sebra nim dia ene ye wa betua na mo ye nso na yi da sebra esa ye duanani na duanani nso mesi ye duanani o firi kokofo de masa tua na mka kire da sebra se hadem dim trim de e se mesi ahimfie ni aduanafo no ma ahimfia edise na mkopia achimobu akwanso na no na sonafo wo mati kwoti obi anim na me no mo de adi agrosa ni enya hunu ni sa de odu ba bia trim ye odo we ya yukuni wa fantimemu we ya yukuni wa achimo we ya yukuni wa Ashanti we ya yukuni wa ye rawra he for bia we ya bia ba ko na me ko mabom we ya da kan revolution na manfo ntiase wasafo be kan bum sehwefo be kan bum ye nyina ha de ba ko enzema kotoko ye be kan bum the akan revolution has started why Nek, Oma tetia kamfo ni mu. Sunyane fo ye nua. Mono fo ye nua. Ashanti ye nua. Saa na ni nyina atia. Wa abetitie mu Nyankopɔ twedi ampontua aka. Wa abetitie akamfo ni mu bia because obese odi omo so no. Nananom nkun. Munya akamfo no monka mu no mu ye nuafo. Mokofa ye kofi awu no. Mokofa ne 1970 mokofa book ba ye. Na mo ye say divide and rule tactics. Mo ka kwan ambati ada council no. Efra Ashanti fo ho. Ene ye ne abie. Minua ba ko bi ne nam wo ye bunu ni. Na se kutu se ba bia yi. Was wa kodi ma me bia ma no Ashanti banku. Na odi wi ontimi nkamfo no bio. Ne fa bia na ye ne ade ne edi ho abro. Eno aso me hu minua no ba ko. Nzimafo ma fefe bi. Na nzimafo ne ye se we de ye enya Ashanti aka de. Eye nzima aka de. Na nije bia na ye me. Yi akamfo no. Mo be ka bom. Afa mu ka bom wi a. Na mo nua ne nkrafo. Mo nua ne anwonafo. Mo nua ne dagombafo. Mo nua ne nzima. Ye nyina ade ba ko. Ne mo matete akamfo ni mu na me ye revolution akoma bom me ka mo bom wi na afa ye di aka no so asa aka ho why modaruma mo ma me kwan na me nka me nua no mo ago sha dem ka da se e bi se kwawu fo no mo firi mampon abenefo no mampon no mo firi eti Asantefo sanso na akosu asa wa adwaben ye wo firi a new dwaben ye oye yi wo mo nyina Asantefo wo mo firi dwaben o dwaben ana ba ye ti ade ba ko mbeko mo chi de make out say obi abeko na chi achimfo yi kotokufo no firi bomfa bomfa Ashanti achim bomfa ta mo mududo mo firi adanse ana ombe pie mu o ye bomfa na ye no asonafo no wo mo nso ani wo mo nuan mo adwosofo ana ofen so eti achimobu akwafo mo nuan adwoso no fen so ti ade ba ko eti obi firi achimobu akwa oduru dwoso obeda free saa so no obi firi kokofo oduru do ma hina yimfi obeda free saa no obi firi ye kan say kumawu ana agogo ana sumanya wodru odawu hina himfi a obeda free aduanafo no ma himfi a munya hunu we ya mo be ye okay mamomo mfa nkuro ntitie mu ade wanchifo ade ba ko ade enkuransa ade ba ko Makawi, we no more person better. You be kian wabum. Hey, you be come bomo. Na I can force kafono. Munya nsem hunu no. Na mo organize match. Afa Emfantene Asante. Mo wi anma bom Fantene eye nsema. Na mo bom Azemani Asante. Mo bom the Ebeki nyina bom. All the Akan state put together. Why? Mo fa musika ne nya de papa. Neka jenya nso. Abiam danso. Ye na nanum behira no. Sika ni ba ko nim nyansa kuremu pa. Akanka bomu. Sika ni ba ko nim nyansa pa. Neka biam danso. Kofi aje. Miana me ba. No nim nyansa papa. Precisely. Etieskafo no amaka wa kamemu no. Monkeka mu nuanu mom. Am nyansa mfunu no amodia. Modi ni nyina da ne agasefo ayi ni ewro nro so ne ayi. Maka. Wonti ase amabu. Afa yenko kofi me yenko ne ade. Nene nsam ni general bebre.
Dani videos no.
Dani E-levy buy me enti do mo kafa. Why? Yenti do kafa. Yenti.
This debate is not even about E-levy. It's about who stands with the people of Ghana and who is against the people of Ghana. It's as simple as that.
First reason why we are against the E-levy is because it is deception. This is not what we were promised. The second reason why we are against the E-levy is that
what is it?
It is theft.
Step. I am the step for a simple reason that I cannot be part of a taxation that seeks to target the poor person.
And one of disappointment to realize that government is introducing an electronic levy. They are giving a tax relief to the rich and taxing heavily the most impoverished persons in Ghana.
What is preventing President Akufo-Addo from withdrawing the E-levy in Parliament, suspending it, and because consultations when you know more and at town hall meetings it's fake.
Yeah, and the brain ho. Eti we mu na ye kan we no. Ana on buy no mo di bia to petrol so. Na E-levy de na target here hiafo. We ni isle konfo na target wo. Petrol ne de anya sa. Dani. Deck. Yo mo de to petrol so no. Ye ton wo ye trasako. Eno so hiafo ya. Na mo mamfo ne still la mo pe 1 cedi ne. E chen E-levy no. Mama mamfo ne ntia. Killer betua. Na mse mamfo ne ni nyante. Omo ni betia no. Na mo we kromfo. Se ne nkomo amode ba ya ni se Ibrahim ama efa ye gold. Mosu o sisan gold no. Wasisa ni nyina. Etimedi sa nkomo ni bi. Yo eduru wa de mo kan meka. Kofi. Wo mo ye no mo se ye kan say Igbo ni bi nso aba. Wo be critic kingdom wa ha. What is the position of the law? Emrana Sedei. The warrior na chere say interior minister. And ye dim komo we na so pamwa branch no. Deport no ko. It was a Citizens Act in Woho. Act of 2000 Act 751 why near 759 ni nyina wo it will be anti-medicine and ye bedim komo na wie no Ghana fo nyina mo be yoki lecturer number be bedim komo am ye wie nso a samo ye ne ade no America for the banner to visitors so me be kan wa so kuja to abla kwa ni tiri se mirror of justice ye woni America for ye ndi betwa ko wia no afa de and the wo free do tue ni wraso na entwe bio afie me kan ye di matem hey na wo mo ye no mo say ayi your friend say ayi small scale miners o mo so kam say they say some jam fi etwa ayi gold na abofo na ma me kan wo ha akosua general be kai no mo anti afa wo mo kam say de bay yo mo nya ni say ya ti ye be di sa nkomo ni nyina ma sore ko anu se mkwan masa akoda akokora ma ko hema fusu kakra ma ko di ma hensam kakra na ma ye politics kakra ma ko ma e chese de mi ye bi mo say hia me ameba for the people exactly. General we be raise me oh e dey na esi
kontompo aban foi
kontompo aban
jandamfo aban
jandam aban
omo akotro omo headquarters propaganda floor
e ho ye sisi edwuma ntro no e ye for NDC
foi Yohane Grove.
Okay, hold on. Where the NDC headquarters? And a second floor, the actual there. Propaganda department. And I'm going to someone agenda. And one more department propaganda. Yenji.
Politicians, oh.
That is some of you.
I swear. Politicians, oh.
And when the NDC headquarters. And a propaganda department wo na momfa ba yi na additional na monhwe propaganda media asem anya no kure na abeka ma na ye no kure na me ko bia ni kira da sane sa asem no sa da tie na da sane di me matem mo nkwasiafo
Propaganda second.
dek be bia manfo na ni ebie na fi ewia ne abedi matem another reason why be wa why ya
NDC phone
why be wa
kim
sa
we man bia oye dollar ho propaganda na CC ni so sa koma isi a o kim say
dani obi ya dollar on propaganda
man ni kim
any ahwe any ahwe say o kim say
NDC ungrateful
ungrateful
pulling agents now, Mudi Omokot now. So when you pulling agent, Mobadi Omudin, Nemuni Omakasada. Well, but two Abanetia, members in Ankasa, party for NDC for Nankasa, so one to Moncobre, Kumano, for Namoncoye, Montrasin, Jimmy, Moncona Moncoye. Tell me, I don't get ya. Go and check what is happening on the ground. And you say, Rabna will lose Nebea Mugasiama. Omo influence from Abuso kan Kokompe Atiason Kokompe and one more off Kokompe for one person will be one NDC no grow hobby because of idea GRE for the year. One more take Baba Sadek and a modern call for Baba Sadek Entertainment. Then I'm Baba Sadek. How can you people be so wicked? Today, more yako win it. From 1 year. This is the president and Kasako no quiet door to door. Oh, to me, the answer for the G to me. Yeah, Grigi Mufris and from Abina bonnet to me now, but there be people were working behind a man for ye Juma, a man for ye Juma. He says some of the dormers and a man dormers. Do a rabbiner, some rabbiner position.
Universal. Abranti, yeah, but two about me who said no year Jumapa. Now, Oba as neutral, and I am a hard one. Once a mimi, my name is Okatakyie, Namidi MPP in Diamepe. Where would be that son is when we are neutral? I fear we are no more way more some chairman or medical and cratch from the MPP. No, and they say, watch them and this in Wakao. Yeah, she don't care. Do be kill net for it was a formunya 6 months, you know, a formunya. Don't market for no. Okay, Nampany Fobu, Bessa de Akushia Kana, or chain or bebre. Nabomophone so why, papa. Nayan can say, Exp0sey waha. Efa ya ambulance service and then you may a pamu ambulance service. We are here to serve the people. Yeah, the doctor Sansa at the announce. Moon keep records no. Yeah, you can't have and correct records. You are ambulance service in some way the buy. Ya pamono.
More fire.
Now, my car sent me 3-4 months ago. And they have a man for no hunu. Say, baby, I'm a chairman hunu ye. And I feel a man for more huna more can once.
Exactly.
Muntiam you. Na me cano crena actually.
Precisely.
You know, where is me? Na Kasongo yasi akotoka man.
40 feet.
40 feet container.
Ponika crash in
Samija mfia kotoka man. Danny. You one can pay some minimum say, Yana Same Asimano. If so, talk Camry. Sana, you by inference. You walk and Yana San walk on what talk Camry, a man. Yentino, Kasungo. Danny Bome. Bob video no. Danny, but video ni near Kasongo. Why? Such a cheap guy. What we are seeing in our camera.
It's my bambe me car tape and wedge my light one be war. Okumangra. Yamia da Roma. What you say? Inti when you ever be a wedge man. And my baby to a brute. Me me car wedge my kakra. Me be a wedge man. Ubi antia lawyer Samijem from me. Na one can tell say Okumangra. Me da na se papa ya me wonhira no. Na one ye me talk. Iti ma bambe me ka tape ho adwuma light one bi wo. Okumangra. Ya me ada Roma. What you say? Inti we ni ye ba be ye ho adwuma no. E no ma ba be to aburo tu. Me be ye me ka ho adwuma kakra.
Yo, Danny Nifiso, such a cheap guy. So all it takes to put a smile on your face at this age is a Toyota Camry. All the noise. All it takes to put a smile on an idiot's face.
Precisely.
It's Toyota Camry. And there's the character who goes around insulting Afrifa all the time. Such a character. Dek. Kwasi ayo. Debi ya wo twuma da pa no. Chese de be me nani age Toyota Camry. Na sameja mfine toma wo. Sameja mfine pay ni yesen. Bi wa chance chese ye $10 ni ye cheka. Mini hweka. Debi. They such a character. He sits down and insults Katechi. Ufu say. Ewa brak Toyota Camry wachena mebufu abetumi atiska atobi ache wo. Wachena me da sori na mbufu abetumi ati Toyota Camry aboso aye 300,000 Ghana cedis. More fire. Betumi atobi ache wachena. Ufu say. So ina no didi me matem. Wo fu say.
Ade fo pa.
Ade fo ni be ma.
Wo.
Osanzo koyeka ati.
Okoyeka ati gufu.
Oyeka ati.
Kasogu.
Jedo ezo ase yo. Ba go bi atade na hyeme no oba bi ne pam ye no de abechem. Na your friend is B. And why no ska de chempo asem dodo. To apam ba ko bi ne yi na. Ba ko bi opam the military general for the we MPP for the no on the 19th and me hye. Na military general am ginam. Ai ye ko ho. Bi no e be stop. Na be say just B pam atade ma wa. 0243 008 119 0243 008 119 eti kona just be mpambi show why and they run no momo deliver kama
oh fire
and sanu ofe pa wo ba no apam ne sanu we anwumere sim wi ankotena ba bi man say say be wi say why general
oine
ma wi yanko ya samso na first topic o si amfa de here
eja Okayo say traveling ban ebe kayen.
Okay, so first of all, me ba be kan asem bi. Mo say video no. Then if you have the video, some 2 weeks or 3 weeks or 4 weeks ago, me be kan bi chiram say ade na okuje try ni trimu say mirror of justice. Any America for na year. Yet say na Donald Trump. E ka say we yi USA de free Africa for. Ana is one chiase. Mami omo so they will hear from us. Yes, hey. Chai wo ye no. Wentie. South African president and so South Africa. Okoye Donald Trump Jojo no. Yatia na Jomama so na no akotum Donald Trump ade no de nyansa bia ni ase hey. Munya de mo ye no na mo kura diplomatic passport. Eti de mo ye na nkamo. Hey kwasi manu. Ya mansa. Wana beka no.
Precisely.
Yaka omanti. Okuja to ablakwa. Yatia was your close Washington Let me see, hey, diplomatic circles, we don't behave like that. When you behave like that, that means you are being hostile towards the host nation. Maybe can you? Na manfo ni twama da pa. Muntie de meka na no why? Muntie kakra na kasama bre. Muntie travel ban. Say now the United States are banning countries be say mo mumura ho. And they say almost say review 36 countries. 36 countries and Ghana to 16. Trump administration considers adding 36 countries, including Ghana, to its travel ban. Why ye na nti say wa wo pa America akọ no. Say Trump the Ghana for kan wa wonya bi nkọ. Munu anu mo ho nsusu wo ba Ghana ontimi nkọ bio. Donald Trump ade a wo pese wo ye no no. Ani ebusa say na ade na wo pese wo ye sa. Dani etu America ya wo pa wonya bi nkọ. America so the heaven on earth. Hey, wo ko bi am obi nkika ngwa sasem nkyerɛ. America nkọ wo mo ma nkọ. Yo, Dani bra back. Fenti when I'm kokaye. Se ban ne beba. Kofi di o mo ne se. Ye fra bibi a non-immigrant visa. E be a B1, B2. B1, B2 near the all call for tourism. The all call for business. Any idea? Who we so you K3 ne K2 ne wan. Na students tieni ho. I had ne hard granny. 10 years. B1, B2 no. Me dear somewhere 2020.
Exactly.
First one. And only a amount of 5 years. Multiple entry. Nemo ye entry bianwa. Obedi 6 months. No banwa sa ya another multiple entry. And yes, so could you to so in diplomatic circles, we have something called reciprocity.
Exactly.
So reciprocity in said you will behave towards us and said you behave towards you. And Ghana for America forward you say, oh yeah near the no oh free oh American now bar. You ma 5 years multiple entry. And America for some 5 years multiple entry. You so could you try in the true matter of justice. I got Churokrata say free na de kono. America for a year in Yadia or mobile almost 3 months. Single entry. TNO America for bar or almost 3 months single entry. Single entry is how the visa ninya kokrumo. Now Pia Krumwa. Untimi Fankobio. Nemum de Kramenu, I know say Yamincha, the Nanu Yana Sakoji 5 years. So, 5 years, we bet me the acquire 5 years in a person. Multiple entry. And the America for say, and the Mokuja Trab Lakwa. And the president behavior. And the vice president in team. All non-immigrant visas. All non-immigrant visas. B1, B2, K3, Deben Yinano. They say Yabama Teremam Sepe. Nemuma a single entry. First in about 5 years, multiple entry, and no kuja trouble ko behavior nti. Niyate one American senator bi. Eko churo bi between the social media. And no kuja to the foreign affairs in social media chance who wouldn't with them. Me who yenka the number 1 diplomatic agent of this nation. How you kuja trouble kwa? Aki yenka saka basa. Okuja tabla kwa say American Senate bi Senator bi akwa akoka bibi no akotworo brofo na we are sovereign nation na sovereign day na dem you can dictate to us sovereign nation so you are to about gays mo dia want me and declare our stance o sovereign o yenda bay okuja to so you sovereign nation da bay brofo akotworo eni o nemo mu kwa in diplomatic circles so we are foreign affairs minister you are not on the same rank with any senator of a nation. Because the number 1 diplomatic agent is the president, followed by you. And in diplomatic circles, you say ensign grow at the pain. It will be a president or deal with the president of another nation, or be a vice president or deal with the vice president of another nation. Whereas if you're a foreign affairs minister, by diplomatic immunities and diplomatic circles, you only deal with the foreign affairs minister of the nation. And so could you trouble or to social media obia can be no responded. What kind of diplomacy is this? What kind of wacky diplomacy is this? And then the hard grain say you were J1 and F1 visas and M1 visas. And will be a walk wako suyadi and ye demano and canteteno. And apart from some way win. Nanka uko suyadi say 1 year or 2 years old. Yamao a yes 1 year no. Ni ama multiple entry. And no kuja tonse muna wako dinti. America force wo kwa kusua dio unkosua dio J1 visa F1 visa you be ma 3 months single entry. It is a work of start school from August our university Temple University our Harvard our Henfa nase from August September 1 month October 2 months November 3 months meanwhile school ebe wie as a December. But per a year okuja 20, and then you are supposed to go up to November, come back and come and reapply.
More fire.
You are not even sure the date I had the amount. Could you travel like home? Catch your mama, one of the people will be good on. And no could you travel black 20 student American University in 3 months as well back. Now Sabe reapply. Now me no kasa kurani even so benya even date. Ubenya date kwa kufi eyasemu. Enipa nya date. Suku bebie wa America as of August. But then no kosa okupe date. Sometimes unya year October, unya no December ni ade. And no cry problem in yan so binwi. And no could the behavior nti. Me no kasa America for so you student when you student. Ombema a year 3 months with single entry. And because of reciprocity, said you behave towards us, no. Said you behave towards you. It more pa America akono. Want to margin. And Amakaha. More pe school aqua. Kovi. Nani mumranche maba we pe school ako. How could you try block your chance? Catch them say no could you. We don't do it in diplomatic circles. Kasaba saba. Be able to say why campaign. Now we are a sovereign nation. Sovereign nation. On paper you are a sovereign nation, but in reality you are not. Sovereign nation, by no sovereign nation there by the way.
Mirror man.
Buga.
Facebook.
Etina open school akwa. Obenya 3 months. Single entry. Obi. Yeah.
Akwa bi asema ba o. Akofa sema ba. It's a serious issue. Business first 5 years and then because of this behavior when you saw business here baby reapply visa fees first year 5 years visa fee one for 5 years and then because of that 3 months visa fee. Reckless. And visa fee now no go to your media 2,300 Ghana cedi. Yes. It's every 3 months to be so go to your visa fee.
Jatwada huruma.
Biibi basa. And Oguja to black watching an emergency meeting. You need to have a meeting with the ambassador of US. Because Saudi Weber blockade the chances of a branch and Mabo move school. And Okophobia file when school did that. Don't do that.
Exactly.
Don't do that. What you are doing, you owe your mom for. Because in Crawford filing your school, you are denying them access with your behavior.
Exactly. So
not fire.
I don't know.
Reckless man.
I never knew man I'm tantan. I'm a woman. Deck. I'm a woman can be no
fire.
As a social media about telling and we've partnered with this. There be our partner with this partner. And so when you makura was warrior. And we've partnered. Create 2,000 jobs. You're creating jobs in our social media and showing you reality.
Reckless people.
More fire. I bend them all.
America baby why?
Fire.
No, I'm telling you. And it's a serious issue because of students. Because of students. Imagine when you're university. Now, near so called 3 months single entry. It will could do one time our faithful self free or minimum bra. Never reapply. As to date, you have saying your craft for a year appointment. What kind of nonsense is this?
Reckless.
Country I wouldn't see.
What Yanam catch us and Yawo Yanabamadi Samaba. That's why your hostile be towards America because I know Kwame Nkrumah nation and Kwame Nkrumah. Kwame Nkrumah and the foreign policy was we neither face west nor east. We face forward. It's why Kwame Nkrumah nation. You are becoming hostile towards Americans because Mojo is so beautiful and you're catered for and you're comrade for. Same funu. I don't know.
Fire no.
I don't can kind of moyana sana. I'll be anti Casa. I don't know. I was just a one. I don't can kind of moyana sana. But my students and watch it almost. I don't know. Deck.
Oh, fire.
School for this.
School for no better woman. And that's where my worries.
Business force.
Already Nankas Kofi, even so many appointment date. I quite watch me. School be August. And no back American, there's a backlog. Appointment in October, in November, in December. And by this time you should have engaged the American embassy, the ambassador, and tell them, say, what do you mean? Some friend of Woody. What's happening? I'm so waiting in a wood in social media.
Fire no.
And I'm not a senator. Like a foreign affairs minister. You are not on the same level with a senator.
More fire.
I never knew my phone where I
Fire no.
Me who ye foreign affairs minister of America and a can be no no. Secretary of State, U.S. Secretary of State, and I can be no if say you are on the same pedestal with the U.S. Secretary of State. I never knew diplomacy can kind of way in the I never know. Diplomacy can kind better. I was just a you can saw your foreign affairs minister. It's a good deal. That's not a joke. Now what is social media and I would do foreign affairs in social media. No, I couldn't know make calls. And I'm a call from hello, is that you? What you man know? What you man know? I never know.
More fire.
You're mama. I call you I'm telling you. If you're so person who know he need 3 more someone, this is the guy who is dealing with a foreign countries. And on the international plane, you know you can never do away with America. You know. No matter how you guys want to tilt towards the Soviet and China, you can never ever do away with America.
More fire.
Never never can kind of. I never know. Okay, today never can come better. Me and me you for some sort. Come on, get serious. It's a school for the medical school.
What your school fees in
your school fees, you know. That's many abra make any idea someone.
What ya? What ya? Scan quarter that.
Maybe you have $36,000 and in a China for 1 year. Now, what would this watching a meeting with the American ambassador? Let us revert this thing.
Precisely.
More fire.
Told him.
More fire.
Uniform na fast how brand to be so I say well yeah Igbo king no said and if I never to so and I drew her now I come from market because I want him to hear what we are saying. We are a nation of laws. And we are very courageous people. We are not people that can be walked over anyhow anytime. You don't come to our nation and begin to behave the way you want and expect that we will succumb to this nonsense. What is the position of the law? We've lived with our brothers from Nigeria, time immemorial, more than 100 years. How's that for Nikruma? Now I want to build my easy one, and to think that he even calls himself a doctor. Let us find out. School Ben will call your friend or doctor. JTech for write to him and ask him. Which school did he attend that he calls himself a doctor?
Fire no.
We've been free, we've been living peacefully with our brothers from Nigeria. All of a sudden, you are becoming impulsive. You are imposing yourself on the people. And the people naturally will rebel. What kind of nonsense is this? Now, young go back in year 1970, 69 year to about. And you the Buzia a buy. Buzia buy and Kufuado Papa. Kufuado Papa na a executive secretary, a president. And Buzia a prime minister. No year no buy and was say Ghana no Nigeria for na Jiafa. Sasa time Nkrumah and was any one Africa ne de bende. Etiane ye bode ye bie ne sa na Nigeria for ne. Me no ka say Accra New Town. Wa manyini kakra. Ne afro Lagos Town. Meboa. Mo tira nkra nya sa na ne afro. If say na Lagos of Nigeria for nyina je wafa. Emre bia atwa mu ogofi uduro kan hye ne ho awanya dia o ma no mu businesses wo ho mo ye anwuma pa no yi kwofo ne kakra bi ne aka nyina Nigeria for ana ye ne ade na busia bai no se dia bi the economy na kwa kodi ye Nigeria for ne sem for which reason there must be some policies
that seeks to protect the Ghanaian people.
Precisely.
And what was Aliens Compliance Order. Yeah, near twisty history. Now, as the word says, Aliens Compliance Order. Now, it wasn't an expulsion order. Say, it's a biomun sorin kwane sa mon sorin ko. Uye obetiyeso, ye pamo Nigeria for so monko. Ya ne kan pamo Nigeria for. Busi aban ne say. Mo ye ne ade ade mo ba bet ji o man no. Accra Neutral mo friend Lagos town. Businesses in nyina magic. Nemo we need to regulate you people. And for that matter, Wakoye no kofa Aliens Compliance Order. Say the immigration laws of our nation. We want all aliens. Mo free baby aba. Mo be comply with the regulations of our nation. The immigration laws of our nation. So that was the motive of the Aliens Compliance. It is about now my mudia. And the Amrane war my we are Nigerian new. We are Lebanese new. It wasn't even just Nigerians. Lebanese people had taken over, taken our market. The economy had gone into the hands of the Lebanese and the Nigerians. So Busia sought to protect the interest of the Ghanaian people.
Exactly.
Thereby introducing Aliens Compliance Order by saying that if you will do business, there are certain businesses that has been allocated and protected for the Ghanaian citizens. For which reason, if you are a non-citizen, you cannot venture into those businesses. What was the motive? Protecting the Ghanaian.
Exactly. So
the whole motive of the Aliens Compliance Order was to protect the Ghanaian citizens.
Precisely.
Why you near the Busia was okay, say me mamubre a certain duration of time for which some mobile na you follow compliance. Compare open citizenship wa koko pebi. Say open green you want wine wa stay no koko pebi. That time Nigeria for no adwo man na fa. No mo dwen se Busia edi ago. Ebra ye de ma wo mo se wo mo nya ne ade no mo antimi anye. No say this mo follow dia all of you vamus.
Precisely.
No pamo wo mo. It's a Aliens Compliance Order. It wasn't an expulsion order. It wasn't that was sorry and was money now. Sorry, come through. One more time was a monfanya Biibi near there. Now, mon corner immigration for and documentum. After you did more almost 1 million and a Busia, a Pamu, almost any monko. Nagana for Honto. Since then, Yanena Mua by a Mutala time, a Nigeria president, 1982. Satam oil boom Yabama in Nigeria, no Biibi or Honey. And a Ghana phone in kwa gegi. If it's a Nigeria phone any akoshe oil no so your friend a Dutch disease. Omudi economy ni be Biibi no. Na gomumpe teaching any artisanal ni hwa wani nya no mumpe. Enti omo ye ni ade deck. Ana ko wie se. Ghana phone teacher for. Ghana phone mason for. Ghana phone artisans ni nyina. Edwane ko Nigeria. Na Ghana phone teacher for no abene. Enti omo ko dia na Nigeria phone ntimi compete with them. It's by 1982 no. Na Ghana for no jig Nigeria for ni nyuma na afa. Ya na the high life by no musua. Ya wan bebre ya na the ko no musua. Hip life is start free. As on to start free ni nyina musua. But we behave like brothers. Nigeria and Ghana. Wa musua no say mo beji nyuma dia. And Ghana must go. Late 1982. No mo pamo Ghana for nyina ha. And continue egu yeso. Nearby. Since then, we've all come to an agreement that we will live peacefully in this country. And we woke up one day. A certain individual called Igbo Developmental Ken. Dr. Izzy Developmental. All of a sudden says that I have come to Ghana. I have been made a king of Igbos. And for that reason, I am building my kingdom. What nonsense kingdom is that? Kingdom where? First of all, we are going to look at even Assassin also they build the kingdom. Let us look at the position of the law when it comes to the constitution. Does the constitution allow non-citizens to be able to acquire land? Claim is our bought lands. You have not bought any land. Even the concept of buying land. There is no way a non-citizen of our nation can buy land. It will be leased to you. And then if I make a constitution in Article 266 near Guardian, what nonsense is that? Then you are imposing yourself on the people. If you want to lead your people, a settler community, there is nothing wrong with it. I was ya kaso bi ohinia ya wode constitution ne kire do yohine ye wi abeko article 277 ni akohwe who is a chief in this country na mom yanhwe article 2661 or see no interest in land dani izumi na so kra mama mfo ne nka bi wo hye bi ana dani izumi no nka bi We are Nigerian, we are Lebanese. Constitution in the say, my create any interest in land and my freehold interest. Freehold in the say word now forever and ever. What's BBS so Constitution Article 2661 was no interest in land in or right over any land in Ghana shall be created which vests in a person who is not a citizen of Ghana a freehold interest in the alien land Ghana. So by building kingdom. Then we are saying me and farmer in perpetuity to any non-citizen of our nation. Which nonsense? It kingdom no go building or day. Now that the faculty near reading here. Clause 2 say or say an agreement, deed or conveyance or whatever of whatever nature which seeks contrary to clause 1 of this article to confer on a person who is not a citizen of any Ghana any freehold interest or rights over any land is void. It is a freehold a conveyance be a deed of conveyance. You can't deed of conveyance akrata now to as I said Nasa sakrata no e ma kwan say oh ye dia ma afebo a constitution no clause 2 say a void
precisely
ye twam Enti even time ye be 1992 constitution by 1969 any non-citizen of Ghana be no cra freehold interest there was several land titles ye were allodia title ye were usufruct interest ye were common law freehold ye were there freehold ni nyina no ye so we non-citizen a won cra bi after the Nyan article 2663 na ye reading hwade the kingdom no building what there so now where on the 22nd day of a year August 1969 any person not being a citizen of Ghana had a freehold interest or right over any land in Ghana that interest or right shall be deemed to be a leasehold interest for a period of 50 years at a peppercorn rent commencing peppercorn rent not even a freehold lease
more fire
commencing from the 22nd day of August 1969 and the freehold reversionary interest in any such land shall vest in the president on behalf of and in trust for the people of Ghana. I was your be reversionary interest. See the assassin obi na se nipa ni ye mano eye saa de ye kan ya se nipa ni ho a it must reverse to the rightful owner. And you say obi a oye non-citizen bia or freehold interest in land. By the coming into force of the 1969 constitution, Sansa City you are converting into another interest. That is a rent. Tienyu. They will say nipa ni wua and kone makuraho. It will come back to the president. So the reversion in the land will come back to the president. We are lawyer for the betias. Now so they may chirem say we are Nigerian new, we are Zimbabwe new, we are Lebanese new. And Brane say see the assassin mawa. We will give it to you for only 50 years. Even that minus a day. So you can hold it for 49 years. Plus 364 1/4 days. Minus a day. We are fast as anybody. So we'll be better as my toss as a building kingdom. Kingdom no building for 50 years. Are you normal?
More fire.
Now, young Konian shed and for the next clause to so. No man for new reading. Also, no interest or right over any land in Ghana shall be created, which vests in a person who is not a citizen of Ghana, a leasehold for a term more than 50 years at any one time. It is as if you are a Toma non-citizen for more than 50 years.
Exactly.
It was what building the condo was what to assassin way. Even that it is a leasehold, you lease it to the person.
Precisely.
And so be lease be mawa. So be the assassin mawa. Now say you leasehold a year transaction. Your friend will be sublease. When you are subleasing, me the assassin ma a year akushia. The more akushia person the assassin be ma a year kofi. It's a sublease. You need an express approval from menu a year the original a year owner. Holding the allodial title. title. And yes, idea. You cannot give. It's also by building a kingdom. What 250 plots. That's what the Bibema you be what the command one. Yes, I go pram him for no. Who are the real owners of the land? They are Lordia title owners, and they also seek permission. So which kingdom is he building? Or building kingdom no way. Because when the assassin be through any other sublease agreement, you are supposed to seek permission from a the go pram owners. So in the kingdom of building the idea. What nonsense is that? And even per the arrangement of a year constitution. Obi be sit down here. Or here permit from the assembly. After what say, I'm going to build a kingdom and we will name this under this over this. Even naming of roads, you need an express approval from a year the assembly. Then you come here and you want to impose yourself on people. And what kind of nonsense is that? You want to create confusion.
Exactly.
When you impose yourself on the people naturally will rebel. Now you are trying to create some tension which is not there. We have been living with our Nigerian brothers for years. Our Hausa brothers have been here for more than 100 years. Have they come in to say they are creating their Hausa kingdom? Even Nigerians, you have different tribes and your tribal tensions. By the virtue of the fact that you are trying to raise this thing as if Ghana is in support of Igbos against Yorubas, Igbos against other tribes, you will be creating a certain tension in Ghana we are not ready for. And it's a threat to our national security. What kind of nonsense is this? Then you come into our nation. And even when they have told you that what you are doing, it has the tendency of raising tribal tensions. And there's a video that this guy came to answer. And if you look at the arrogance in which he was speaking, as if he owned the country, saying that what you are saying is a hate speech. Nonsense, my brother. What kind of nonsense is that? Nobody hates Igbos. Nobody hates Yorubas. Nobody hates houses. We are only saying that don't impose yourself on the people. And stop being arrogant. You come to people's land, you disrespect them. Exactly. And when the people are complaining, you come in and some arrogance. There's a hate speech. And tell us
what is going on.
Good afternoon. By the special grace of God, I'm the chief of Igbo community in Ghana.
Okay, so Danny, hold on. Pause with me. So I'll ask you a question of whether or you chief of Igbo community or not. There is a case called Rimoshi. The courts have settled that when it comes to say, and conform year to Kotna baby, Esi enya kandinibia with your money. Sabaya or Chanaka will be the Bonia, you bet me a Tracy. A tuko do America, you were Santa for him in New York, you were this, you were that. Sani and one free through her bass and Timemqua, you mosi for him, you were Alaba for him, you were this, you were that. There is nothing wrong with it. Exactly. So if by any chance you are an Igbo man and there are Igbos in our country, for which reason they've elected you to be their leader, be their leader. And stop this arrogant way of imposing yourself on the people. And now many are just smart work or chance. Where's who or bow a year Igbo hine? Because you're not going to Yajuma. I never was the same. What home am Obiaba or so a hine war man? No war so hine any. No, I could to him. Well, you're smart enough to that. Going to say, dear Nayana So if you are a leader, even that you are not a chief, listen to me properly. Who qualifies to be a chief, Danny? Let's go and educate this guy under Article 277 and let him know who is a chief in our land, what the Constitution requires. Now, when it comes to definition of a chief, per Article 277, in this chapter, unless the context otherwise requires, chief means a person who, hailing from the appropriate family and lineage, has been validly nominated, elected, selected, and installed, enscanned, or installed as a chief or queen mother in accordance with the relevant customary law and usage. So you are not a chief. And Rimoshi case has established that. That it's not a chief properly so called. When you are a leader of a settler community, you cannot call yourself a chief. Then let's go to section 63 of the Chieftaincy Act. That is Act 759. Young Conqueror what it says. If somebody is not a chief and the person calls himself a chief, it is an offense per section 63 of the Chieftaincy Act. a person who acts or performs the functions of a chief, when that person is not qualified to act, being a chief assumes a position that the person is not entitled to be by custom. You have committed a crime. So you cannot be calling yourself a chief in our nation. Talk less of saying that you are a king. What nonsense king is that? My brother, don't come to our nation and show us some disrespect. We are not timid and cowards like that. Don't do that. We want to live peacefully with our brothers. I sometimes even feel like the Igbos have the same spirit as that of Ashantis, because they are very dominating characters. Whenever they get to any place, they are very dominating. So I like my Igbo people. You get a point. For which reason, at some point, even people used to call me Chino doing KDS 111. My friends used to call me that. So don't come and create tensions between us when there is none. Imposing yourself, I'm the king of Igbo, and nonsense. If you were a leader of the settlers community, shut up and be the leader. And stop this arrogance of I am the chief, king of them and them. Kingdom where? We have fought for lands already. Ningo Pram, it belongs to families.
Precisely.
So where are you going to build your kingdom? And who is going to allow you that? Are you waging war? The only way you can do that is by war of conquest. Have you fought in any war? Who is going to allow you to build a kingdom? Where did you fight? Where did you fight to get kingdom? My friend, stop this nonsense. You are a brother, but stop this nonsense. Don't come to our land and begin to show on our face some arrogance, as though we are some coward and timid people, for which reason you can walk in and do anything you like. You need to stop calling yourself a king. You are not a king. You are not even a chief.
So, tell them.
Don't do this. We want to live with our Nigerian brothers in peace. We love them. They love us equally. All of a sudden, you are trying to show some tensions and all that. Now to the Interior Minister, if by any means possible, this guy is going to raise tensions between us and Nigerians, and the people are not happy. The Ghanaian people are not happy. So if this guy is going to raise, please, I don't know whether he is even a citizen of our nation. I learned he's been here since 1995. If you have been here since 1995, the assumption is that you've been able to acquire some citizenship in terms of being a Ghanaian. Even that, the Citizenship Act, 2000, it shows who qualifies to be a Ghanaian. Whether you can speak properly a native language. An Igbo language is not part of our language. So we are telling you on authority, Interior Minister, if it's possible, deport him. He shouldn't come and raise any tension between us and Nigerians. We love our Nigerian brothers. Your arrogance and your stupidity cannot raise any tension between us. If you are the leader of Igbos, shut the fuck up and be leader of Igbos. Don't be calling Ghanaians and say, I have honored you, I have titled you, gift you, carrying yourself as if you own the land. You don't own any land. You don't own any land. Even on one Kasane brothers from a year, Kumasi. And then Bofidio, the brothers from Kumasi.
Controversy, Exp0sey saga that's going on in Accra. Ghanaian youth protesting in Accra. I don't know when it happened, whether it was new or whether it was just an old video. But our stand here in Kumasi, Ashanti region, is that we owe our allegiance to the B3si, the Ashanti Hine. Igbos don't have king in Ashanti region here, and we don't recognize anybody as the king of Igbos in Ashanti region. In any part of the world, there must be Igbo community as a kingship of Igbo. In Ghana here, we are not part of it because we have our king in Ashanti region. That is B3si. And we are making everything possibly best not to allow this protest or this any of these things come to Ashanti region here. So it's my advice to Ghanaian youth: you have to think before you act. Exp0sey controversy, Exp0sey saga that's going on in Accra. Ghanaian youth protesting in Accra. I don't know when it happened, whether it was new or whether it was just an old video. But our stand here in Kumasi, Ashanti region, is that we owe our allegiance to the B3si, the Ashanti Hine. Igbos don't have king in Ashanti region here, and we don't recognize anybody as the king of Igbos in Ashanti region. In any part of the world, there must be Igbo community as a kingship of Igbo in Ghana here. We are not part of it because we have
Danny, it's okay. Now let's come in and let me speak directly to you, my brother. What is his name? I learned Dr. Biibi. You are not even, I don't know where you got your doctor title from. Let me tell you, we are a nation of laws. You came into our country. I believe so strongly that every person on the African continent is welcome to our nation for one reason. I am a Pan-Africanist. I believe in the unification of our land as a one people. But until so, when you come to our land, which our forebears fought for, you don't come in and show us disrespect. And when you have shown us disrespect, and the people are calling on you to do the right thing, you don't begin to pull in the hate speech.
Precisely.
That type of hate speech. Then it's a video now. Bring it back and let me speak to him. Say that is xenophobic. So you are trying. Let me speak to him.
What is going on?
Good afternoon. By the special grace of God, I'm the chief of Igbo community in Ghana. Isn't Igbo?
You are not a chief of Igbo. You are the leader of Igbo communities. You are not a chief. Stop calling yourself that. You are not, and you can never be. The Rimosi case is very assertive on that. You are not a chief, because there is no bloodline in Ghana here that you come from as a chief, as a royal. There is no ethnicity in our nation called Igbo. Now, when you happen like that, even when you are dead and gone, you'll be creating chaos between the Igbo communities on our land, because you'll be willing it to your kid. Whereas when it comes to leadership of this nation, it is by election. So don't be calling yourself a chief of this, chief of that. You are a leader of the Igbo community. If they've elected you, shut up and be like that and stop this nonsense.
I had the same story. A lot of people have been calling me, sending me links from Amma Ghana. He's called Amma Observer, and a certain guy also called Nitete. Nitete speaking Ghana, and Amma speaking English. And I've been watching those links people have been sending to me. I ignored them. The reason why I ignored them.
See the exhibition of arrogance, as if he owns the people. My brother, you don't own anybody in this country. I'm telling you. We love our Igbo brothers, but don't begin to create these kind of divisions and arrogance. It will erupt a bad energy in the Ghanaian people. When it does, there will be tension. And I'm saying to the Interior Minister, if the actions of this guy is going to cause chaos between us and our Igbo brothers, deport him. Let him go to his country. If you have given him citizenship by registry, we can revoke that citizenship and take him to his land. Don't come and create any nonsense between us and our brothers from Nigeria. What is that?
Saying it's never true. How come a blogger will sit down to say that Igbo King in Ghana bribed Ghana Traditional Council for them to induct?
So let's put it on record. Pause there. Let's put it on record. The Ghana Traditional Council has released a statement. You should stop calling himself like Igbo King. And I think it is in order. Thank you, the Ghana Traditional Council. Ningo Pram for also issue statement. Minister of Interior, deport this guy. Deport him. Because he will create chaos between us and our Igbo brothers. Deport him. Deport him. We want to live in peace with our Nigerian brothers. We want to live in peace with our Yoruba brothers. Whether you are Igbo, whether you are Yoruba, whether you are Hausa, we want to, whether from Warri, wherever you are from, we want to live in peace with our brothers from Nigeria. Don't begin to bring this superiority complex over us. What kind of superiority complex is that?
Diaspora throne in Ghana. How can somebody who say that the Igbo chief in Ghana and all the Igbos are 419, that we used 419 system to bribe the council for them to induct us? First of all, that is a hate speech. Secondly,
okay, so hold on. So you see what he's trying to do. That is a hate speech. So he's trying to incite the brothers, the Nigerian brothers, for them to think that there is Ghanaians raising hate speech. Listen, this guy is a very dangerous character. We can't have him in our nation. He's a very dangerous individual. This is not hate speech. This is you disrespecting the people. This is you being in the face of the people. And the people are calling on you to stop being in their face. Stop imposing yourself on them. And you say it is a hate speech. Who the hell do you think you are?
My brother, who the hell do you think you are? You come to our land, and when you are disrespecting us, we tell you that you are disrespecting us. You say it's a hate speech. Which hate speech? Stop this disrespect. Our forebears fought for the land that we live on. Where were you when our forebears were fighting for our lands? And you come in and we are telling you that what you are doing, you create tribal tensions. And you say it is hate speech. Who the hell do you think? What superiority complex are you suffering from? Now let's move on. Let me listen to him.
The entire Igbo community and the entire Nigerians.
No. Nobody is talking about the entire Igbo community. Don't make it about entire Igbo community. Don't make it about entire Nigerians. Make it about you and your arrogance. Make it about you and your superiority complex. Don't rope in entire Igbo community. Don't rope in entire Nigerian community. These antics and theatrics, we've gone past that nonsense. We don't have any problem with any Igbo. We don't have any problem with any Hausa. We don't have any problem with any Yoruba. We don't have any problem with any Nigerian living here legitimately. But you can't come in and begin to suffer from superiority complex and say, I'm the king of Igbo and hate speech. Who the hell do you think you are? We are men. We are not cowards. We are not women. Now move on. Let's listen to him.
She and Tete is saying what they don't know about. Number 4 is a hate speech that can even cause xenophobia.
Okay. You see. Mutaka, I think you must take cue. This guy must be deported. Honorable Mutaka, with the greatest of respect, deport this guy. So when he says xenophobia, said see was South Africa. Nigeria, Ghana for Now this guy is drawing our minds that because we are calling him to order, then it is xenophobia. He's going to cause xenophobia. It is your reaction and the way you are getting in the face of the people that has the tendency of causing xenophobia. You are suffering from superiority complex, my brother, and you better be warned. We don't care. Listen. When you come to Ghana, you do what the law says. We are not. I'm not like Captain Smart who follows the money. It's about the money for. Don't do that nonsense on our lands. We love Igbos. We love Yorubas. We love Nigerians. I have a lot of friends who are Nigerians. Don't begin to use your superiority complex to cause chaos. And it's about you. There's no xenophobia anywhere. It's about you and the way you are behaving.
Exactly. So tell him in the face.
If you're a leader, be a leader of the Igbo community. If you want to do your own meetings, do so. If at some point you want to do something nice to reintegrate all of them, do so. Don't come in this complex. We are going to build our own kingdom. We are going to build our own school, our own food, our own this. Then somebody was talking about Chinatown. When was the last time Chinese people said, we are going to build our kingdom? If the Yorubas or Igbos want to live in a certain community, peacefully live there. It is your problem. Must you come and shove that in the face of the Ghanaian people? If your brothers want to buy lands and live in the same community, what has that got to do with us? But don't come and shove it in our face with this arrogance that we are going to build and name it after our ancestors. Did your ancestors fight for any land in Ghana? That you want to name roads after them? We named road after Talewa by Balewa because he did something for Ghanaians. What has your ancestor done for Ghanaians? Stop this nonsense. Now let me call on our Nigerian brothers. Ghana for you guys should not. Munya, nobody should use this as a means of hating on any Nigerian. Nigerians, as every human being, you find bad people in there. You find good people in there. And because Nigerians have the numbers, their population is very huge. So the likelihood that if you are finding criminals in Nigeria, you will find 10 criminals and find 1 in Ghana is high. Because their population is very huge. So if you meet Nigerians, the same way if you're looking for good people, you'll find good people, 10 good people in Nigeria, and you'll find 1 good person in Ghana because of numbers. So nobody should start tagging Nigeria for your criminals. Please, we are one people. Just that this person cannot create any tribal tension. Mutaka, please look through his documents and if possible deport him. Let them re-elect somebody else to take over the leadership. Period. Danny, on for some song.
Kasi ya nkola ni wukruma. Na captains ba utiri say you akọ koto say we nshira ona. Mom do ma dwene say asa wa ne shemu say de yo. Ade ba no. Just say scan ka ho.
Ote de obekọ.
Kwa we ni sika.
Ote pe obeduru. Sa papa.
Memfa problem ma.
Obi
general.
Oyene.
Menya na men sorry. Mo se bia kam.
Ba kwa gamu.
Ade ya.
Ba kwa gamu.
Dia na kam yi.
Yesi Gonja Roberts.
Gonja Roberts. Say first na ya chema first. No mo call ye no. Gonja Roberts aba. Omatiesi. Ofi na mini hwe kan. General. One is from me. Ghana for. Almost men can Ibrahim Mama Akwaje. Okay, so you show video we. Danny. 3 months ago, and I make cancer same way. Na make say muntie me. Bia me tie can be answer no correct. Danny bo video na 3 months ago. Me be ka chere Ghana for say almost share adwuma bi. E fa you gold ho. I was ya. Yeah, most of me make candy. I didn't make
what kind of
so 3 months ago, Muntie a video, Muntie. They say Obi planning Biibi. Then come be a coso. Omudi brigand of police woman. And I'm a child the entire a whole a year I see of Minerals Commission. Near to a berry, near Pomopomon Crofo. Now you see the Jan or Onion Pamono, and young one was a Samijam fee. Na samijam fi communications and jaba expert par excellence. At the party anymore for 8 years they are communicating. Yam for communications who we am and PMMC na kotna. On ye gold board over. Na sami wo ko gold board so. E wa bra act no a ba e set up samijam fi PMMC no. Amani to me on the set gold board. And ye wi e be ko forestry commission. Kobi. Eti na no me be kan ye Ghana flag ni yellow no, which is the gold. Me be kan wansem. So mo share na mo de ayisi atena ba bi ote no. Cause game bi be koso. No mo wi green na we Ghana flag ni mo, which is the forestry belt. And wo mo ba ye. Ye fra papa bi Dr. Hughes Brown. E ko for na ne year executive secretary forestry services. E forestry commission. Omo ba ye, omo elevating from a year executive secretary to see acting CE, chief executive. And the constitution no onim say forestry commission, minerals commission. E hu hia so much say o share parliament get say omo form forestry commission, omo form a minerals commission. Na jomama aya die bi onim de wo ba be yenti on form constitute on form commission you know and was say acting there is no commission or the acting CE aba it be force forestry commission be ye na juma no esi a board governing board consisting of these people but onim de wo be yenti won fa governing board name and so why acting chief executive. So if you want to see how dangerous the plan is, in the next base 6 months to 8 months, see a forest entry permit here. Say I see the Bema a concession. No my concession one. A beko forest munyasa. Also be the forest entry permit. Now when the boy me to me execute one. Use brown bet me a boy na and your water na ho. Nadia tin yesha said me. I see the Minerals Commission. Dr. Hughes Brown the Forestry Commission. You walk out to gold war and it will be entry permit to the forest. A year one more. The make what I say. And only a year I see Dr. Hughes Brown a year. Now, Omoya way new year. Na ya kwa ko pe gold no. Esi ya de koma obi. Ni ko create a year gold board. Gold board no one da no. Omo de ba be shesa me jemfi ase. Eti no mo se same jemfi na oversee the creation of the gold board. First of all, yakasha national aseya gold no PMMC kofi and per the act na establish PMMC no one more human so check the period and the aseya yakasha aseya export or more export gold no PMMC more export gold and then some jemfi say or gold board no be the national aseya that means you be good PMMC no. First, say the gold board is going to be the sole buyer of gold in the whole country. The danger in what they are trying to do there, you guys are not seeing it. Imagine see a better not the gold of this nation
she nipa ba konsa on na manage said ye cocoa board it is a one now to way the antia cocoa akuyafo ahia wo mo ene se cocoa board no go bi okoje world price market ya your pen wo dem akuyafo.
Okay, so possible mama eti say no ayi we na mo kam no sa ayi small scale miners na mo kam eti man kan kire mo say me jamfi koje world price market ya the pen wo de bebrem and I say world price market for good 13,000 but the mamo 8,000 eti menya den dani kosobo no mo nti kosobo
Mama no so oba research no. Ono so oba be set up gold board which will behave like cocoa board. I want the better gold the Ghana nyina. It na we a gold exporter. Who need to miss okoton gold wa monone. It is okoko je a world market price of gold bar. Your pen what the bema wo. Obi, ade no mo ye no. It is so dangerous. It you bedru baby ukasa okoton wa gold. No one ton ama banya. It is against the law. You bet you said you know koton cocoa wo Cote d'Ivoire ya chewo. And the entire here cocoa akuyafo.
Dani possible
provision
Dani enya na govi general enya na samija mfia kote task force so de bechiche mamfo oso wo gold wo dem obechiche me kan wait 3 months ago agosu amanka e kan 3 months ago afi musa ntia Ibrahim Muhammad na me kan 3 months ago enkomo bi koso leakage ba ha me ka kire mu si ya hyehyɛ wie na afi mamfo ni di matem afi muntie baby am kan Ibrahim Muhammad asem muntie and obi see a gold nyina wo beto no wonder say Ibrahim Muhammad interested in our box IGBO afi se be gold nyina abo no okay eti me kanya asasam ogovi me kanya asasam me di besie na me ka say no wonder say Ibrahim Muhammad interested in our box IGBO if say na binim afi musa Ibrahim Muhammad wo koje black voter go ayi bia na ye benya $5 billion free ho ese ko Ibrahim Muhammad company botum ani yase wo mo Jeffrey ayi ho ahwan sam azuma fa ho ahwan fo sam anya no ne hia me manfo ne sekade chebe kan bi menka de bey sade mo peno no Ibrahim moni bibi ayi damai mines no so Ibrahim wi ageka ho wate mesrawa ayi awaso Ibrahim awaso boxsite wi ageka ho wate je manfo no je ni nyina wo wi anyina hini de yan fa ma no ko bi se we no general ba ko ne de jo mama e be fra ban mu no de ma no ana jo mama ko da dweno no se da bi ma nya na ntem na be fra ban mu a we ya ne ansa fa ma ne we wo de man the beginning of na mamu so we won train ma be yes ya Jeffrey ne se eti we no the gold ni nyina ma no na Ibrahim wada ma ji go face de ne ka ho ji Newmont de ne ka ho se manfo no agimi nto woji ana wochena no ma ayelegon for cement mienu ni aboye nsema ma hwia woji ana wochena no ayi wire eye doctor akola bia ni se yala de ko na manfo na bo mu sem hwia oyade kobi Ibrahim den Ibra chauffeur eno sa wo wi ana manfo no wakotwe ne brother kakra na manfo no agi wa ahoro Brazil na wo kobi na nya Ibrahim ina the company ekoje sika free merchant bank no ntia ma merchant bank gu ye be ye UMB enya Ibrahim company na manfo refi na kanya asem ne yenka Ibrahim Muhammad say sa company ni ade no ne company na je o mato black voter ne be nyasa na e carry yourself $100 million from 2022 when yesika no ama manfo no a time ye dey ato forcing ekoda board so wo ECOWAS year e dey ben bank of investment ye dey call ya no nya $100 million na ye den na sabisa wo kopa busia o bank ya kobi Ibrahim ama oska and so $100 million loan no from 2022 no nensa anka on his own merit so say the brother be a president so say ato forcing be yi afa musi me meka de me ne hweka why me ne hweka Ibrahim ayi aluminium no jini nyina what
Ibra collect.
Ibra obi anu atoka ba kwa cha Zuma Nelson. Wonya atocha Zuma Nelson no general. Wonya atocha Zuma Nelson man for no be bom nsam hwehwe. Na obeje o $5 billion a year. Na oyi mu nketenkete chele gofo. Acha obi ani. Acha ho ahohia. Na mani agye. Na mo adwene ti se ni.
Ibra collect.
Ibrahim ama Oscar. Oscar na Ibrahim Oscar. No Oscar. 300 million or so loan or koje the company koje ni Universal Merchant Bank. Then and then see. Me ya na Brome market for so sanya businessmen bia no ori ni botum ska into okoji loan na loan no ka ba koje a ye hwe investment ni a hwe sika wo ni a de bia to so ma se ni loan na Ibrahim ma wo sika ye so more than 700 million in asset no wo pay loan $100 million. No, you said a brother Baba and son and said to me, Chauffeur. Yes, Ibrahim Mama was a private jet. Within a private jet, and the boy say, Yet Yalan am 1 year so could be. Send one toy. Na private jet and a crowd to be a boy at $3 million. Near Tetonga Kanka, the two betri, the man for no who. Ibrahim, many come Fanina.
Ibrahim collects.
We are in kakra momo. Why? Social media for momu kakra.
Na encounter free journalist for no I bet now. Yeah, pay as you go for.
It's much when the sign and network. So when you said they should come back, what were you expecting? Yana hini box site no. Afen wo mo shisha ba fa no we dey go no moje say na no da mind dey o maje ana black vote o maje Ibrahim en stop yo ho genuine na Jomama say for Jomama yi to so o say it is time that Ghanaians will own the gold na wontumi no ya kontamine no fra Azerbaijan Jomama wontumi o fra Azerbaijan ana we kutonu ni mon kan kure yo mama kan kure na mun nyina so mudin se murachi na afa yenko tie asem a yo mama kan yo mama say Akufo-Addo ka say he is too old to be corrupt because no him say ni nua no be wia ama dani yentie yo mama on that na afa ye tie wia na ma bebusa say yo mama wan na wia ma wo your mama say, Akufo-Addo say he is too old to be corrupt because he knows that his brothers will steal for him.
Exactly.
Nyama na meka. John Okatakyie. Nyama na meka. Na fe yebusa your mama nso say why na ewiama wo. Say no na so obi enua be wiama. Na this time around why na ewiama wo.
Ask him.
Question
Ask him.
Asem na ha ne wo.
Yohane no.
Your Excellency, respectfully, Mameka se minchiro. Abana ye de ball techi no. Wodi ye de kan de ball baako. Ana wakwa aba. Ana wonsua ahwe. Na wo ye de wo ye na. Ne bedru na mpuruka awe aba no. Ti wo ye de grader ana be fa so.
Exactly.
Chi na maka wo no. Danny, video na ede tutu so last one page ni so no. Search for the one na your mama ka say Akufo-Addo say ni nuanom na be wiama no. Me musa your mama say wono no ho na wiama no. Mon kan akure.
Question of Danny hwe page yi so.
Danny hwe page ni so the video is there.
Da ho.
Na fe yentie. Na message your mama yi me kan se ma kire on ne. Me ni hwe kan.
Da bi o.
Opa wiama mfo no a. Fere nyina ma Oba Sharaf. Fere nyina ma Ibrahim Ama. Na nipa mienu na de wa memu ne bakwa wiye. Oba Sharaf and Unia Ibrahim. The people are sleeping so they can't see. But when finally they get awakened, the same way Agabi Ochedako, Bumpty, and no more Maka, and my Akufo-Addo memu ni said ye.
saa na wo nso nua no memu na yɛ